Hello, it's Aurora W, and today I'm going to show you what I call low maintenance loom banding, which is loom banding without the hook or the loom. So let's get started. So I know that there might be some people who don't have the special loom band supplies such as the hook, which this is actually a crochet hook, but loom band and crochet hooks are pretty much the same thing, or the loom itself. But luckily, there are ways to do loop bands without needing either. So, what you will need is 2 unsharpened pencils, something to put in between them, so I use an eraser, a roll of tape, the loom bands, which I'm using blue and yellow, and an S-clip or a C-clip. So, let's get started. So to make your pencil peg/loom, what you're going to do is put your eraser or whatever item you plan on having between right in the middle of the pencils. And you're going to want to make sure that the pencils are aligned because this helps with the actual making the bracelet. So my eraser's right about in the middle. And now I'm going to use my tape. I'm going to take my tape and, with my pencils aligned, wrap it around the pencils and the eraser. And tight enough so that it isn't like going to move, so that it's pretty secure. So we're just going to continue wrapping. So now my loom is secure, the pencils are pretty much even, and now I can start making my bracelet. So my first band is yellow, and the first band is always an exception to the rest, whereas for most of the bands you just place it on and you're good. For this band you're actually going to make an X with it, so you're just going to twist it like so, and it will create an X, and this is what holds the bracelet together as you're making it. So my next band will be blue, and then my next band after that will be yellow. So there will generally always be 3 rubber bands on my loom. So I'm going to take this band and go up and over with it, and it's just going to rest here in the middle. And then I'm going to take this side as well, up and over. So now you can see that just the bottom band is now just resting in the middle, and then we still have our other 2. Well, since there's going to have to be 3 rubber bands, we're going to need to add another. So we're going to add a blue band this time. And with the bottom band, we're going to go up and over, and it will always be the bottom band. Up and over. So now we have just 2 rubber bands on our pegs. We need a third. So I'm going to add yellow, and I'm going to go up and over, and then up and over, like so. So I'm just going to keep doing that. I'm adding a blue band this time. Up and over, and then up and over. So you can see a pattern almost starting to form, and you'll kind of see a tail, and it will just get longer and longer as you go along. So my next band is yellow, and my bottom band go up and over, up and over. Add another band because there has to be 3. Bottom band, up and over, up and over. I highly recommend pushing the bands down each time that you go up and over, because if you don't, they're going to keep going up and up and up until eventually you either can't add another or they end up popping off. Alright, so I'm going to add another yellow band and take my bottom band and go up and over, up and over. Push it down, add a blue band, go up and over, up and over. Yellow, up and over, up and over. So you can definitely see a chevron kind of pattern forming here. And we're just going to keep going. Up and over, up and over. So I'm going to show you a couple more so I'm going yellow, up and over, up and over, going blue, up and over, up and over. And you can see that the tail's starting to get pretty long now. Yellow, up and over, up and over. So at this point, I'm going to fast forward it. If you don't have it just yet, feel free to rewind. And if you do have it, just keep looping, and I'll see you when I am finishing the bracelet. Alright, so my tail is super long, and that is because I am almost done with my bracelet. I am just adding my last couple loops. So up and over, up and over, and my last loop. Up and over, up and over. So we have our C-clip here, and you think that we're just going to put all the loops on here, right? Actually, just like the beginning was an exception, so is the end. We're actually going to loop up our second loop as well. So up and over here, and up and over here. So now we only have one rubber band on our loom. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take one side. It doesn't matter which side. You can pull this side over to this side or this side over to this side. It doesn't really make a difference. And I'm just going to take it over to the other side. Now I understand that sometimes you might lose grip, but the best thing to do is just not freak out and just try to get that loop out of the others and pull it back out. Alright, so now is when we can use our C-clip. So what you're going to do is you're just going to pull here so that there's room to put the C-clip on. And you're just going to get the rubber band through the C-clip. Like this. See how it's inside the C-clip? Which means now the bracelet's held together. Just slip it right off. So now we have our super long, not quite bracelet yet, but that is what we are precisely going to do. So this first loop that you had that you made an X with, you're just going to take that and do the same thing that you did with the end. You're just going to get it inside your C-clip. So oh no. And this is one part that particularly takes patience. It can become very frustrating. So I got one loop in. Now I just need to get my other. Grr. There we go. So now it's right at the entrance. There we go. So now both loops are in, and we can see that both sides of the bracelet are connected by the C-clip. So now it is an actual bracelet. I hope this tutorial was clear and helpful. It can actually be applied to many different things. I actually didn't just make my blue and yellow bracelet with this, but also a rainbow bracelet, and it was the same exact pattern, same fishtail. So you can use any colors that you want, and there are tons of other 2-peg bracelet tutorials on YouTube that you can just use this little makeshift pegs for. So yeah, I hope this was very helpful, and bye!